Hello and welcome everyone to our final study of the portion of Vayeshev, completing this incredible portion, this beautiful section of the Zohar, our 11th siyum, our 11th completion of study. And we're going to be starting this coming Monday, our 12th portion, the portion of Miketz, which is beautiful. Beautiful portion, and just like Vayeshev, with many beautiful messages and secrets. And I'm so happy that we're doing this today, completing this portion on Rosh Chodesh, on the new moon of Taurus. We know the month of Taurus is the month of the Zohar. It's the month of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. And we know that Rabbi Shimon was born and passed away this month, on the 18th of this month, on Lag BaOmer, the fifth day of the fifth week of the Omer. Today we are on the 15th day of the Omer. We've begun the third week, Tiferet. So today's Chesed of Tiferet. And with this beautiful energy, we are going to also, along with the energy of Rosh Chodesh and the beautiful month of Taurus, the month of Iyar, the month of healing, we're also going to complete this incredible portion of the Zohar. So we started this portion back in, when was it? February? I don't remember. Something like that. Possible February? Maybe January? I don't remember. I could just check here. But either way, and it's been a beautiful process studying this portion together. I could say this is probably one of my, yeah, February 16th. This is probably one of my favorite portions that we've done so far. I felt like there was so many lessons. I like to mark my Zohar with little post-it notes, like little post-it flags on the edge of my pages when there's a powerful section. And in Vayeshev, I kept running out because there's just so many incredibly powerful sections in this short portion. Um, and as we're completing the section, for those who might be joining us that weren't with us for this entire process, or maybe you might have missed, a few days or whatever it is, by completing this reading now and studying now, you gain all that light, all the consciousness that was awakened throughout this entire time. Now, one of the beautiful teachings that we read about the importance of study and the connections we make when we study is the Zohar mentioned that our soul is guided by our study. That whatever Torah, whatever consciousness and wisdom we connect to is not only what supports us in this physical world, but it's what guides our soul. And the Kabbalists teach that whatever a person studies in this world, whether they understood it or not, to whatever degree they understood it, it is forever a part of them. It is forever what guides their soul. It is the path. It shines the path that their soul is supposed to take. And because they've studied it, the Creator will teach it to them. The Creator will reveal all the depths to each and every one of us. So the fact that you and I have completed or have began and hopefully are completing this chapter of the Zohar, this portion of the Zohar, whatever we understood from it is so unimportant, but the fact that we're finishing it, it gives us the vessel for the Creator to reveal all the light and all the secrets and all of the wisdom and all of the lessons and all of the light that is in this incredibly powerful portion. So we're going to now give a little brief overview of this entire portion. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get to every point, but we're going to touch upon some of the main ideas or some things that come to mind to help us kind of gather a little bit of everything we've connected to over the last few months and complete the last few paragraphs. So the portion is Vayeshev. Vayeshev is and Jacob dwelt, and he settled. And we learned about the power of the opponent we have within us. A lot of the portion was about our opponent. Even the last few paragraphs we've been reading is about the lies of our opponent, the challenges of our opponent, the judgment of our opponent. And the Zohar immediately began by revealing How there's this force within us that tries to keep us down, right? As we know that this the battle between our soul and our ego. And what I like so much about this portion as well is that it's not just the teachings and the wisdom and the light, but it's the strength that we receive when we speak about the battle of our soul versus our opponent. We're given strength. We're given the light to battle. We're given the light to battle our opponent. We're given the ability to overcome all of our limitations. We also learned about we also learned about the process of correction and purification. To know that challenges we go through are not punishment, they're not darkness. We know Jacob went through great darkness. We know that the brothers went through great darkness. We know that Joseph went through great darkness. But that was a cleansing process, a purification process that really led to the Exodus, led to eventually the final redemption. It says that while all of them are going through great darkness, while all of them are going through great pain, the Creator was preparing the light of Mashiach, preparing the light of the end of the correction. We just had Passover a few weeks ago, Pesach, and we know that is the beginning of all redemption. But the true beginning of all redemption is actually the beginning of the exile. And that's what Vayeshev is all about. It's the preparation for the darkness, which is the preparation for the light. We also learned about how the process that all of them went through, which was very painful, if in throughout that process anyone would have done anything to try and change it, it would have actually gotten in the way of the good that was supposed to come. If Jacob tried to get in the way of the process of Joseph going to Egypt, or tried to go and rescue him, or if the Creator or Isaac or the brothers or anyone told Jacob what was going on, if Joseph managed to escape Egypt, then he wouldn't have become king, right? If anything would have been different, if anything would have gone their way, it would have been wrong. It would have been the wrong thing. It was exactly, everything happened perfect, exactly as it should. We also studied about the power of the tzaddik, the righteous person, the light they reveal in this world, the protection they bring to this world. We learned about how darkness is a vessel for great light. We learned about the power of teshuvah and the true transformation that we go through. We learned about dreams and prophecy, how messages come through dreams, what dreams are real, what dreams are not. We learned about certain messages we can see in dreams that shine for us. We learned about how powerful our actions in this world, what we create in this world, the children we have in this world, what they reveal, and how they support the elevation of our soul. We studied about the simple act of Netilat Yadayim, how to wash our hands. How every night when our soul leaves this world, it's like we die. And when we wake up in the morning, we receive a new soul, our soul comes back to us. But the klipot, the negativity, are still there. And through the process of washing our hands, we actually reveal the totality of the light of our soul to use that for the day. We learned about the power of praise and awakening appreciation for the Creator. We learned about the the different dreams that Joseph had, the different dreams that the butler and the baker had, and the deeper significance of all of that. And obviously many, many more lessons. But we want to now, we'll just do the prayer of the Ari to complete the last few paragraphs. And also, I wanted to just do one more thing. I want to read one more thing. As I was opening the Zohar, the English Zohar today, I noticed um, a beautiful dedication. There's a few dedications here, and I wanted to just read this or part of it because it gave me a great memory and also inspired me as we're doing our work um, to collect the money for the dedication of Michael Berg's new Daily Zohar book, I opened here and I saw a beautiful dedication in the English Zohar, Volume 6 of the Rav and Karen edition. So the dedication says, "This Zohar, this is the final dedication. This Zohar is dedicated to bring the light of abundance to the Philippines, our beloved country." So this is a dedication that was given by our beautiful community in the Philippines and that whole region. May the light shine so brightly that it banishes all traces of physical and spiritual poverty. One of the reasons why the community there gave this dedication, they gave the money to print the Zohar, was because there were a lot of typhoons that were constantly hitting the country, and once they gave that dedication, the country was protected for many many years, and the community came together to create a consciousness shift and a which would result in in uh, um, in a shift in the economy for there to be more abundance. We know that this is the portion of Vayeshev and Miketz, which we're coming to, which is all about prosperity. And so the community wanted to help reveal this light in the country, in the consciousness. It is our fervent prayer that the light of the Zohar instill a greater consciousness of abundance among our countrymen. May each person come to recognize the light within them so that they always value themselves and manifest the gifts that the Creator has given them. We thank the Rav and Karen for their enduring example of boundless love and sharing. With much appreciation, with much love and great appreciation, the students and supporters of the Kabbalah Center Philippines. So obviously there are other dedications here as well, but that was it was so beautiful to see that, and I can't wait to see ours in the Daily Zohar book as well. We can't underestimate, we can't understand how powerful something like this is, because exists forever, and we have no idea the light that is being revealed to, for example, everyone who participated in this, but an entire country, everywhere this is dedicated towards. So I just thought that was very beautiful and inspiring, and I just wanted to read that and thank everyone who contributed to bring this book. Without them, we would not have this revelation in the world. So it is incredibly powerful. I also always go to my Zohar, and I always look at in the Hebrew Zohar, those who also helped print the Zohar many, many years ago even. And it's such a beautiful, so inspiring, such a beautiful thing to awaken appreciation for those people. So now let's come to the completion of this portion of Vayeshev. And of course, we want to meditate that through this study, we awaken the great light of the Zohar in our lives. We know that we're also studying the section about asking the Creator, the verse from King David, Lev Tahor Berali Elohim. We're asking the Creator, King David asked the Creator, Creator, please create within me a pure heart. Veruach nachon chadesh bekirbi. And instill within me, create within me a steadfast spirit. Give me the soul. Give me the heart and the soul that is always going to be connected to the light. And this is what we want to ask for as we're completing this portion of Vayeshev, as we're completing this chapter of Vayeshev, for the Creator to instill within us the heart that is pure, the heart that always desires the light, because our heart also is the root of our desire. So the heart that always desires the light, the heart that is always connected to sharing, to consciousness, to love. And we want to meditate that through our study, as we do every day, that we reveal more love within our own lives and in the world. That we reveal more light in the world. Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me. Today being the 30th day of Nisan, it is also Rabbi Chaim Vital's day of elevation. That's right. And we know that Rabbi Chaim Vital, the number one student of the Ari, to help reveal the light of Kabbalah, the light of all the wisdom of Kabbalah in the world. Of course, he was such a channel for that. And we're meditating with his light. We know that it's not a coincidence that he was buried. He was buried in Syria to help reveal the light there, and to help bring light to the whole region. We also want to awaken deep appreciation, as we did for those who helped print the Zohar, in the Philippines. But we also want to, of course, awaken appreciation for the Creator who gave us the gift of the Zohar. We live in such a time after Rabbi Shimon has already left this world, has already revealed all this light in the world. The Rav and Karen have already revealed this path for us. I also want to personally awaken appreciation for each of you who join every day, appreciation for anyone who makes this class possible, whether it's through your donations, whether it's through the people who edit the class for people to watch later, the video, whether it's people who help prepare the slides and the text of the Zohar, the people who help prepare the beautiful notes that go out every week. For sure, my wife, who allows this class to happen by doing everything she does. Our amazing team here in London, the teachers and everyone who supports this class. It's a real merit to get to be a part of it, and for sure it doesn't happen alone. It's really because of everyone who supports. So thank you guys. This is the greatest blessing that I know that we can reveal together. So okay, let's do it with the all the light of appreciation, all the energy of the month of Iyar and Taurus, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Let's read the prayer of the Ari, which is actually, we only have this prayer because of Rabbi Chaim Vital. He documented um, all the revelations of the Ari. So let's read this prayer and open up our hearts. Whatever the Creator desires to awaken within us from today's study, but more importantly, the entire portion of Vayeshev, we ask to be revealed to us through, not even through words, but through the light of this beautiful siyum, this beautiful end of the connection. So here we go. Ribon ha'olamim va'adonai ha'adonim ha'avachim v'zlichon v'dim v'nachim v'nech adonai Eloheinu v'levoteinu kidau v'shtachem v'shakavtam v'totecha 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 kodesh v'natat lanu chelek v'sedot totecha ha'kedusha. We know, by the way, that any revelation of new light is dependent on our appreciation. Right? So that's also why the Ari begins this prayer by thanking the Creator for even giving us a piece of this, giving us a little bit of this light, giving us a desire for this light. The fact that you and I are here is not a coincidence. If you are here, it's because the Creator put you here. If you are here, it's because if you're making this connection, it's because there's a part of you that needs to reveal this light in your own life and in the world, and the Creator has chosen us to help reveal this light. So what a blessing that it is to be here. We don't deserve this, but the Creator chose us. It's an act of mercy from the Creator. Today is, by the way, also Chesed of Tiferet. So also to remember in the Omer, 15th day. We ask that through this study, the Creator cleanse us, purify us, because the light of the Zohar is the greatest light of purification. Purify us from any negativity, any selfishness, any ego, any small thinking, any manipulation of my ego, so that there won't be any space between myself and the Creator. There won't be any space between myself and my soul. There won't be any space between myself and others. Open up our hearts. May this light, may this study, we learned also, I forgot to mention, one of the things we studied about in the portion is lishma, to study for the true sake of revealing light in the world, for the true sake of transformation. Of course, through study we can receive endless blessings, but we want to meditate that through our study we're actually changing, we're actually transforming. And it brings great light and blessings to the world. And may the light, the great light of our own soul shine upon us. The greatest blindness we have in our lives is the blindness to the greatness of our own soul. And every day when we say this prayer, every day when we study, we ask the Creator to shine, to reveal my own soul to me. If we only knew how powerful each and every one of us are. We're drawing up support of all the tzaddikim, all those who came before us, to help us connect to this great light. And the support of King David, who asked the Creator, open up my eyes so I can see the wonders of your Torah, open up my eyes so I can see the light of the Creator in this wisdom, but in everything in my life. So here we come, paragraph 282. We have just three paragraphs left, or four maybe, to complete this portion. And here we go. The Rabbi Elazar, he opened and he said, it's a discussion between Rabbi Elazar and Rabbi Yosef, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, began on paragraph 276. They're traveling together, going through a spiritual journey. So Rabbi Elazar says, "V'Hashem natan kolo lifnei chelo ki rav me'od machaneo v'chi yatzum oseh dvaro v'gomer." He quotes a verse in the book of Joel, Yoel. Now, we've been discussing the positive and negative spirit that exists within every person. And here, Rabbi Elazar brings in a verse that speaks about this duality and the forces of judgment that try and make their way into our world and cause judgment in our lives. So he quotes this verse, as we read, and the Creator, the Lord, roars aloud at the head of his army, in front of his army. Ki rav me'od machaneu, because his camp, his army is very big, is great. Ki atzum oseh devaro, mighty are those that do the Creator's bidding. Ki gadol yom Hashem, for great is the day of the Creator. Venora me'od, umi yechilenu. The day of the Creator is great. Who can endure the darkness that comes on days of judgment? So Rabbi Elazar brings this verse. He says, Haikra Kuma. We've explained this verse before. Aval, but I was going to give another explanation about the structure. We're going to break down this verse together. V'Hashem, when it says in the verse, and the Creator. Bechol atar hu uvei dine. Whenever it says, and Yud Ke Vav Ke, Vav, Yud Ke Vav Ke, and God, and the Creator, it always represents, the Vav represents the energy of Zerampin, the masculine energy. And the Yud Ke Vav Ke in this case represents the Nukva, the feminine energy. It represents the coming together, the unification of the masculine and feminine. But it also represents the Creator, what's called the Creator, and his court, his judgment. Rav Ashlag represents explains that it represents the unification, the energy of Zerampin and Malchut, the unification of the masculine and feminine, specifically in the illumination of the left column, which represents judgment. So when it says that the revelation of the light in the vessel through judgment, Natan Kolo, gave his voice, roars aloud. What does that mean? Natan Kolo dahu kala, this represents the voice. What is the voice? Dichtiv kol devarim, uchtiv hatam lo ish devarim. What is this voice? Whenever we talk about the voice, it represents the illumination of Zerampin. Right? We know the voice is Zerampin, and Dibur, speech, is Nukva, Malchut. So when it says that the Creator, through the left column, awakens his voice, roars aloud, it's the illumination of Zerampin, which is called the central column. So it's what brings the aspect of mercy, the concealed mercy that is called the kol, the voice. And that's why it says kol devarim when speaking about the revelation of Mount Sinai. Moses says the Creator spoke to you from the fire. Kol devarim atem shomim. You heard the sound of words. Kol, which represents the voice. Devarim, which means the words. It represents the secret of the illumination of chasadim that are revealed with chokhmah, with illumination of chokhmah, which is the energy of the voice, right? We said before, like the voice and the words together, right? So it's like the energy of Zerampin combined with the Nukva, with the Malchut. Well, here, I think. Uchtiv hatam lo ish devarim. It also says, Moses says when speaking to the Creator at the burning bush, he says, I'm not a man of words. Lo ish devarim anochi. I'm not a man of words. What does a man of word mean? Man represents Zerampin. Devarim represents Nukva, Malchut, the unification of the two. Man ish devarim. What does it mean to be a man of words? Kabbalah Tamar, as it says, ish hailukim. In the last portion of the Torah, Zot HaBracha, it says, V'zot HaBracha sheberach Moshe, ish hailuhim. This is the blessing with which Moses, the man of God, the agent of God, Ed b'nei Yisrael lifnei moto, he bade the Israelites farewell before he died, before he elevated. So what does this mean? The man of Elohim, the man of God. It represents Ish, man, Zerampin, masculine, Elohim, God, feminine, unification. And then it says Lifnei Chelo, going back to our verse in Joel, right? So the whole first part of the verse represents the masculine and feminine coming together with the transformation of judgments to mercy. And then it says Lifnei Chelo, that there's when it says that the Creator, that's also, by the way, Ish Elohim. When Moses, it says that he is the man of God. Ish represents Zerampin, Elohim represents the Nukva, the Malchut. How Moses was the perfect unification between physical and spiritual, masculine and feminine. And that's why it says Lifnei Chelo, that next part of the verse, the Creator let out a voice before his army. Ilain Inun Israel. This represents the Israelites. That the Creator reveals this light of mercy before the Israelites. Because we're speaking now about moments of judgment. So the Creator always awakens the light of mercy before. Then the verse continues, and we're going on to paragraph 283. Ki rav me'od machaneu. As we said in the verse, that vast indeed is his army, his camp, his host. 283, it says, Hayesh mispar ligdudav. It says in the book of Job, of Eov, can his troops be numbered? Is there any limitation to how great his forces are? What are we talking about here? The Zohar says there are so many messengers and forces and intermediaries and ministers of the Creator in our world, both in our world and obviously in the spiritual realms. And there are many of them that are here to bring judgment onto Israel, to bring judgment onto the world, to bring accusations onto the world. We know this whole world operates through cause and effect. This whole world operates through process that the Creator set up. And a lot of that process is judgment. And there are forces. We can't even imagine how many forces of judgment there might be in this world. And therefore, because all these forces of judgment exist, the Creator always precedes those forces. The Creator always comes before, reveals the light before. Begin the natra leho. The Creator comes before these voices and forces before Israel to protect us from these forces. And these forces cannot bring judgment, cannot bring negativity, cannot bring darkness to the world, or the darkness, that negativity and judgment that is revealed is greatly limited because the Creator stands in front of it. If there was pure cause and effect in our world, we would not survive. The forces of judgment, it's almost like, we learn about how there's cause and effect, but the Creator actually bypasses that process all the time. We have no idea how the Creator stands in the way of negativity all the time, how merciful the Creator's light is to give us another chance, to give us another opportunity. I have ego. I've acted in a selfish way. There should be a challenge that enters my life immediately, but the Creator always pushes it aside in order to give us a chance to transform, in order to give us a chance to change. Then the verse continues, Ki atzum osed dvaro. Mighty are those that do the Creator's bidding. Paragraph 284. Ki atzum osed dvaro, man atzum. What does mighty mean? Who is mighty? Dahu zakah, this represents the tzaddikim, the righteous. Hahu dishtara be'oraita kadisha, the one who studies, who invests, who toils, who occupies themselves with the Holy Torah, with this great light of the Torah. Not about sitting and reading words, not about sitting and studying ancient texts, but someone who makes it their effort and the desire to live by this beautiful path, to live a life of restriction, to live a life of sharing, to live a life of kindness, to live a life of love. Yemama velele, both during the day and during the night. A person who is spiritual, who is always revealing light in the world, both in the times where the light is revealed or in the times of darkness, when I'm feeling connected or I'm not feeling connected. Another explanation, ki atzum, what does it mean? Mighty. Dahu mekatraga. There are also great mighty forces of darkness in this world. That stand before the Creator. And they are strong forces of judgment, strong like iron. Takifa kitinara, strong like stone. We're facing great darkness. Our opponent is strong like stone. I remember the beautiful story of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva, we know we're coming this whole period of time of the Omer. We connect to Rabbi Akiva and his students because we know that's what happened during this time. Rabbi Akiva's 24,000 students all died in a plague during the time of the Omer because they did not have enough respect and love for one another. And therefore, our focus during this time of the Omer especially is to awaken more love, to reveal the light of the Zohar, which is the revelation of love. And it reminded me of the story of how Rabbi Akiva, everything changed for him. Before, when he was 40 years old, he was not connected to anything spiritual at all. It says one day he was walking by a spring or a well, and he sees a stone that is hollowed out by water. And he tried to understand, how is it possible that, where did this hollowing out of the stone come from? And the people with him told him, yeah, this is the water. And the repetitive water falling on the stone for hundreds, for thousands of years, eventually eroded the stone, broke through the stone, and hollowed it out. And Rabbi Akiva said, if something as soft as water can penetrate through something as hard as rock, imagine what the light of the Torah can do. Imagine what the light of the Torah can do on our hearts. It can penetrate to the deepest levels and open up our hearts in the deepest ways. And again, we're studying the section where they're asking the Creator to open up our hearts, to create a pure heart within us. That's what we want to meditate, that this light penetrates, that we're not just studying and learning something new. And even if we're inspired, it's so much more than inspiration. We want the light of the Zohar, the light of the Torah, the light of the Creator to come, the light of the tree of life that we're connecting to open up our hearts, to be able to really love as we really can. And we're asking for this light to penetrate on the deepest of levels. Continuing in the quote of the verse, those who do the Creator's bidding, what does that mean? So as we said, these negative forces, they actually follow the Creator's instructions. They have permission from above to come and take a soul down below. They have permission to come and remove from the Creator. They have permission to come and remove souls from this world who need to continue with their purification process. So no matter what negative forces in this world, the Creator always comes before that and protects us. And here we come to the final verse, paragraph 285 of the beautiful portion of Vayeshev. And it begins with the end of the verse. Ki gadol yom Hashem v'noah me'od mi yechilenu. For great is the day of the Creator, most terrible, who can endure it? Right? When judgment comes, if you're not protected, how are you going to stand up to it? Oops. Ki gadol yom Hashem v'noah me'od mi yechilenu. The Creator is always in control. No matter the judgments that come, the Creator is always there. The Creator stands above and is above everything and stronger than everything. No matter the forces of judgment, when you're connected to the light, nothing can touch you. Darkness and light cannot exist in the same place. And everything is under the Creator's control. The problem is when we try and control things. Things happen in our life, we try and take control. The Creator says, what are you doing? I got this, don't worry. And we say, no, I'd feel more comfortable if I took care of this. The Creator says, all right, have it your way. But we're awakening the light of the Zohar to know, no, we want to hand it over to the Creator. We throw everything to the Creator, let the Creator take care of it. We do our work. Our work is not to move the rock, as we know the story goes. Our work is to make the effort. Our work is to work on myself. Our work is to push the rock. Zakaini nun, I love, the Zohar always ends on such a beautiful and inspiring, powerful note. Zakaini nun tzadikaya, happy are the righteous, the tzadikim. The Creator desires that tzaddikim always. Why does the Creator desire the tzaddikim? Because the tzaddikim align their desire with the Creator. To give them great merit in the world to come, not just in the physical world, but in the spiritual world as well. And to be overjoyed with them with the joy of the tzaddikim, the light at the end of the correction. These meaning that the tzaddikim are going to rejoice with the Creator at the time of the end of the correction in the spiritual realms. The light that we can reveal through the light of the Zohar. Dichtiv, as it says in the verse, V'ismechu kol chosevach leolam yiranenu v'tasech alemo v'yaletzu v'cha ohavei shemecha. As it says, let all who take refuge in you rejoice, ever jubilant as you shelter them, and let those who love your name exult in you. This is the end of the beautiful portion of Vayeshev. Baruch Adonai leolam, amen ve'amen. We bless the Creator whose light endures forever. Amen and amen. Thank you to all of you who have joined for this incredibly powerful portion. We thank the Creator just as we have had the merit to complete this powerful portion. May the Creator give us the merit to continue the next portion and complete that as well, and continue the entire cycle, finish the entire Zohar, and come back to this portion and complete it once again. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Join us on Monday, April 20th, for our next portion to reveal this the great light. We know Miketz is also the continuation of the story of Joseph in Egypt. It's where everything starts to turn around, where Joseph faces his brothers, where Joseph comes to be king, where all the light of prosperity and abundance are revealed in the portion of Miketz. So I hope to see you and invite your friends to join us. To join us for these beautiful studies. I know that this has changed my life, and I know many of you have experienced such great revelations by connecting deeper to the Zohar. So join us on Monday for this powerful portion. It's good to have a little seudah, a little meal to help manifest this energy. Again, normally we do champagne and drinks. I wouldn't recommend it early in the morning, but have a little meal also for Rosh Chodesh to manifest this energy. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Chodesh Tov and Shabbat Shalom. See you on Monday.